A very good evening and welcome to a Date with a Dinner Set, programme 256, June the 15th, halfway through the month. You are most welcome on this glorious evening. Isn't it warm and sunny and radiant and fantastic? Hello, Jean. How lovely to see you. They do rush by, indeed. This one does seem to have been a particularly quick week. There's been some horrible things, haven't there, in the news this week. So I do hope that our music this evening can sort of bring a little bit of cheer into the world for those that are watching. Happy Father's Day indeed, Janet. So you're most welcome to A Date with a Dinner Set, whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching on the catch-up. And I hope you've had a good week. As Hannah correctly said, that was indeed the... Oh, here we go. A little message from the M40 here. As Hannah said, it was indeed the Archers. And thank you, brother. And Reese, I think Reese probably got that one, for adding that to the menu, shall we say. Yeah, Everyday Tale of Country Folk. The Archers, the radio program that's been going since 1951, over 20,000 episodes. That wonderful bit of jolly music to the Archers. The music itself was composed in 1924 by Mr. Arthur Wood, and it comes from a suite. And it's the Maypole Dance. And it's such a jolly, universally recognised bit of music, isn't it? I've never, ever heard the Archers. But you just everyone knows that jolly music. So there we go. That was our opening one. Hannah, no. Basically, the poinsettia is behind my head. I didn't put it on the piano. It doesn't like being moved between the piano and the sides. It's had a little bit of a repot, and it's quite healthy. All three leaves of it. I'm just going to leave it there and not move it. But it's still very much with us. So I hope you enjoyed our opening bit of music. We always start, as you know, Date with a Dinner Set with a bit of theme music to get us into the swing of things. If you're watching on the catch-up and you've not encountered this before, or even if you're watching live, do press the thumbs up button if you like what you're seeing and hearing. But especially if you are not new to this whole shebang and you're not subscribed to the channel, it would be lovely to have you subscribed to the channel. And as always, it's the likes and the comments and the sharing on that helps the channel to grow. So we've got quite a mix of things going on this evening. As I say, hopefully music which will bring some cheer in this rather bizarre week that we have had. Music ranging from 1924 through 1991 this evening. So they're all pretty well-known pieces, maybe, except the last one, I don't know. It depends on your vintage, and I mean that in a nice way. There we go. Oh, I'm so sorry. Make sure you switch to the M42 and down the M5. Do not go up. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so do enjoy our programme this evening. If you're with us live in the chat room and you want to join in the chat, talk about the music, the composer, context, anything you like, that would be absolutely wonderful. Do enjoy. Oh, coffee. I know. I bet you thought it was going to be a cold drink. So did I, until I went to the fridge and realised I hadn't got one. So there we go. Sip of coffee, then up we go. Speed Up, Up and Away. I thought we better have that now. Last year I left it a bit too late in the season, and we just about got it in time last September, just before the weather went all manky. So I thought we'd have it now whilst we've got real blue skies going on and we're trying to sort of cheer ourselves up in this rather miserable world. But indeed, as Hannah said, closely followed by my brother, that was Up, Up and Away, all the way from 1967. And it was composed by Mr. Jimmy Webb, one of the great pioneers of what's known as sunshine pop. And it was first recorded by the Fifth Dimension, who is still sort of going as a group. But that was certainly their biggest hit. Here in the UK, it didn't actually get into the charts, their version. We had a slightly different version by the Johnny Mann Singers, which did fairly well in the charts and also got used quite a bit in advertising and on TV. So that was Up, Up and Away from 1967. So I hope you enjoyed our opening bit of jolliness this evening. I need to press a button now. I don't know which one we're going to press. Let's press that one. So this week, I don't know if you saw it, we had a strawberry moon, a very visible strawberry moon, not only because we had clear skies, but it was very low in the skies. And I think it was at its peak on the 10th and the 11th. And thus named, of course, because it's the peak of the strawberry season. But what is significant about this moon, this full moon, the first full moon of summer, if you like, is the fact that we haven't had one this low since 2006, apparently, and we won't get another one of this sort all the way until 2043, apparently. I know. So I don't know if you saw that, but it was pretty spectacular when we could see it. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Okay, something poignant and relevant to this week. A bit more coffee first, mind you. Hello, James. Good to see you, chap. Yes, indeed, as Hannah said, God Only Knows, composed by the wonderful Mr. Brian Wilson, who sadly died earlier this week. Absolute genius in a very sort of manic way. He had sort of three parts to his life, really. The amazing success in the 60s, and then he went into recluse and had a lot of difficulties, but made a spectacular comeback and did Glastonbury and toured and all that, and was amazed that people absolutely loved him and his music. So that one, God Only Knows, is quite correctly, I think, lauded as one of the, if not the best, Beach Boys song from 1966. And it's just an incredible song, as James has actually said. Very, very peculiar but wonderful chord sequences. There's no sort of proper tonal centre to it. It hovers sort of between A and E major, but a lot of false bass lines going along and some amazing shifts. It's absolutely fantastic the way it does that. And it works quite well as a piano cover. So some of you saw that I put that up during the week as a tribute to Brian Wilson. So there's a link beneath this video, which takes you to a slightly different version of that one, indeed, which was recorded live during our A Date with a Dinner set, I think, in 2021. So that's also there if you want another shot at that one. I could not resist playing it again tonight because it's such a fantastic song and he was such a genius. So there we go. What button should we press now? That one. The other upload, which went up on Friday the 13th, was Left Bank 2, otherwise known as the gallery theme from Vision On, as composed by Wayne Hill and as performed by the Dutch session musicians band the Noveltones, complete with lots and lots of fumbles and mistakes if you listen to their recording. Lots of fun going on in that one. And the reason for putting that one up is I'm waiting for the piano to be tuned. So this month, all the tune uploads are from the digital until we get the piano tune. So that's there. Oh, it was also used in the Sony PS3 game Little Big Planet from 2008. It's a very, very well-known tune. We had it the other week on the program as well, but that is there on the channel. Yes, James, in fact, thank you. You just reminded me to talk about the unusual instrumentation in God Only Knows. Yeah, horns, flutes, and a whole string section, sleigh bells, accordion, tack piano, harpsichord, and plastic orange juice cups, apparently. Over 22 session musicians used in that one. So there we go. You heard it here. On to our next song. It is the latter, Hannah. So yes, indeed, that was They Can't Take That Away From Me, composed by Mr. George Gershwin. And it was composed in 1937, which was sadly the last year of George Gershwin's life. And it's one of his most famous songs. And it was composed for the film Shall We Dance, starring Fred and Ginger. Of course, I say of course, but starring Fred and Ginger. And the song is sung by Fred to Ginger on a ferry from New Jersey to Manhattan. I have seen the section of film to which the song belongs, but not the whole film yet. It's on the list to do. But that's where that song comes from. Very, very beautiful song. And one of those standards in the Great American Songbook that has been covered by, well, everyone, really. Great song. Music by George, and of course, wonderful lyrics by Ira Gershwin. So that was our third song there. So just want to once again say very happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, to all us fathers out here, and to all our fathers as well. What a great thing to be celebrating, particularly on a lovely sunny summer's day such as this. So happy Father's Day indeed to everyone. It's quite hot in this room. I can feel the room drying out with all the lights and the equipment and the curtains shut. It's quite... Never mind. We're having fun, are we not? We'll have a sip of magic water and then we'll do our next song, which fortunately for me is a gentle one. You're wiping the floor this evening, Hannah. Indeed. I hope you're all cooing and ahhing and humming and maybe lilting. It might be a bit too hot for a lilt. Along with that one, the title song to the 1991 film, Disney film Beauty and the Beast. And very, very beautiful song composed very deliberately in an old Broadway style. And it was, of course, given to Angela Lansbury, the great Angela Lansbury, to sing in the role of Mrs. Potts. And for quite some time, Angela Lansbury was not wanting to do it. She didn't feel her voice was right. She felt she was too old and it wasn't her style. She'd take a lot of persuading. Having said that, apparently, when she did go into the recording studio, she nailed it in just one take. And we had that iconic recording by Angela Lansbury of Beauty and the Beast, as of course composed by the wonderful partnership of Howard Ashman and Alan Menken. And this, of course, a very successful film as part of a Disney Renaissance. It's a bit bittersweet, really, because sadly at the time of it being produced, Howard Ashman was dying. And a lot of the post-production, sorry, not the post-production, the pre-production was moved to a hotel in New York, just around the corner from where Howard Ashman was, because he was unable to move, so that he could actually work on that. And I think that makes it even more poignant, that song. It is a wonderful, lovely ballad. And of course, fortunately, they decided to keep it in the 2017 live remake. Well, they couldn't really have missed it out, could they? I mean, there'd have been an outcry, if not more outcries. So I just hope you enjoyed that little bit of gentleness happening in the midst of our turbulent world. So, oh yes. So this Thursday, it's very exciting. The piano tuner, he cometh. On Thursday afternoon, on one of the very hot days this week, he's coming round. So I'm very excited about that, because it is pretty squiffy at the moment, to the extent that I'm only using it for the live broadcast. I can't really do much else with it at the moment until it's been attended to be tuned, the sticky notes sorted out. And something else which is quite exciting for me is that it's going to have a jolly good clean out inside. Regular viewers will know that we've had the lid up of this grand piano for 5 years, actually. 5 years we've been doing A Date with a Dinner Set. And the lid only gets shut for a couple of days each year when we have snow, shall we say, when snow visits. And the lid gets shut because of the weight of the snow, really. So fortunately, you can't really see what I can see, but you can guess that the action, the frame and the strings are just absolutely covered in dust. And so he's going to take the action out. He's going to give it a jolly good clean. So we'll see if we can get a camera inside there next week, or take some stills or something if we can't get a live camera in there, so you can admire what he would have done. And it's all been thanks really to some very generous people who have given donations, which has almost paid for the tuning in advance, and that is just so wonderful and humbling. So thank you so much. On to our penultimate song. Same sort of era, brother. But indeed, the theme to The Godfather. Yes, composed by Nino Rota. Composed, well, this is an interesting one. Let's say it was composed in 1972 for now, but in actual fact, it's based on a theme he wrote for another film back in 1958. And that's one of the reasons he didn't win an Oscar for it straight away. But it's known as the love theme from Godfather. But in the same year that the film came out, English lyrics were added to it, and it turned into a sort of love ballad, "Speak Softly, Love." And the highest charting version was done by the unforgettable crooning voice of Mr. Andy Williams. So, yeah, let's say it's from 1972. I think that's the way to do it, isn't it? We'll have Dr. Zhivago another day. I haven't forgotten about that. We haven't had it for some time, actually. So we've got one more piece to go this evening. But as I said at the top of the programme, there's been such horrible things happening in the world this week, haven't there? So it's been nice, really, to have seen things like the trooping of the colour, and it's been, of course, lovely to have the warm weather. But I do think that we sort of need to, what's the word? Engender a bit of fun sometimes, and that's really what I'd hope to do this evening, to sort of play some nice music to sort of distract us a little bit and make us feel a little bit bubbly, shall we say, which is quite useful really, because not only is it Father's Day today, but today is National Foam Party Day over in America. I know, we don't quite have the guaranteed weather for it in this country, but it's been going for some time, and it's it's a big thing. I rather like the look of it. I want to do that. These days, of course, apparently it's all sort of environmentally friendly, save the planet and all that, but you can still colour it with food dyes and then wonder why your children have gone blue and green and all sorts of things. But it looks great fun, so it's amazing, isn't it? What they come up with, and good for them. Good for the Americans, always having something to celebrate, and maybe that's the sort of philosophy that we should have in our life. We should always think about something we can celebrate every day. So we always end with either something new or something classical or something quirky. It's new and quirky, although it's new to the programme. It's pretty well known, I think, yeah, it's a bit of a groovy way to finish. We'll play it, and then we will just briefly say what it's about before we say goodnight. Do enjoy our final piece this evening. Exactly, exactly. All the way from 1962. That was Nut Rocker by the group Bumble and the Stingers. And it was number one in the UK. Absolutely groovy little tune was that. And it was arranged by Kim Fowley with just more than a little bit of help from Tchaikovsky. So I thought that was a nice sort of jolly, upbeat way to end Nut Rocker by B. Bumble and the Stingers from 1962. I've had, as always, great fun playing for you this evening, and I do wish the world a better week, and I wish you all a very good week. It's going to be a warm one, it would seem. Heat waves all over the place, so do take very good care of yourselves, and I look forward to the great pleasure of playing for you again with a freshly tuned piano next Sunday evening. Thanks so much for listening and for being here. All the very best, and good night.